Kind of like
Yeah.
like a holographic Pokemon card.
Yeah, I'm the shiny one.
What it do, y'all? Welcome to a new week of Tech File. We ain't gonna hold y'all up because we had a little technical difficulties, so we're gonna get right on into the show for this week. Welcome to episode 362 of Technical File, the sports podcast you never knew you needed.
And it's your boy, TIMKINZ, the number 3, a.k.a. Ass Ketchum, a.k.a. Mr. Give It To Me. We got like the WWE cameraman. They running around and shit like that.
I'm the Eric J.
Only known as
The Eric J.
And I'm Camille, point guard of the crew, the real life Tifa Lockhart, the girl next door. Holding it down for all the women who love sports.
And it's your boy K Harris, the gentleman.
The gentleman.
The everyday gentleman.
24/7.
But better known as, ooh yeah.
Some housekeeping for you, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into the swing of things here. If you have not yet already, make sure that you are following us on all of our social medias at Technical File, TECKNICAL, FOUL, on the Twitter, on Instagram, and on TikTok. Technical File Podcast on Facebook and YouTube. On the YouTube side of things, make sure you head over there, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified when we go live, when we drop new content, because we record the weekly show every Tuesday evening. So hit that noti bell so you can come and join us, be part of the show. We love to read comments and interact with everybody who joins us live. So why can't that be you? Come on and join us over here live on the Tech File front. And also, if you're interested in some Tech File merch, we got that for you as well. Make sure you check our description. You will see a little link tree link. It says get at us, and it's a link. You'll be able to find all of the merch that your heart desires there. And if there's anything that you are looking for that we don't have, let us know so we can get that made for you. Anything else housekeeping wise?
No, I think we're good.
You got it, boss.
We do accept Cash App.
Oh, yeah. And if you just want to
bless the pod.
Hit our head.
We ain't actually got an official Tech File one, but
You'll figure it out. Sorry.
let us know. We'll set it.
Hold your hand for you.
I mean, we got a PayPal. I know we got that for sure. So you can hit our hands as well. Game that needs a name, which I am seeing more and more people playing, calling it whatever they want to call it. But
because they listening.
Over here on Tech File, the game that needs a name is a rapid fire memory based game where we choose a topic. This week we are doing restaurants. We normally go in tech order. Tim, Eric, Camille, Ken. You only get about 5 seconds to answer. There's no repeating any answers. Last person remaining wins. Let's go in regular tech order this week. Restaurants. Tim, kick us off.
Wait, fast food included, right?
Just if they serve food, it count.
Okay, for clarification. Taco Bell.
McDonald's.
TGI Friday.
Wendy's.
Burger King.
Hardee's.
Chili's.
Sonics.
Zaxby's.
Cookout.
Rocky Rococo.
Popeyes.
Captain D's.
Chick-fil-A.
Cousins.
Long John Silver's.
Sharks.
Popeyes.
Someone said Popeyes, didn't they?
Yeah, I did.
Damn.
Panda Express.
JJ's.
Damn. I had like 10 of them in my head.
In and Out.
Oh, yeah, good damn. I'm out.
What a burger! What a burger!
Damn.
What's the new chicken spot that just Raising Cane?
That's what I was trying to. I was like,
Raising Cane.
It was like,
Garbage chicken.
Is it really?
It don't taste like nothing.
I'm gonna go. I still need to go.
I fuck with
it. Yeah, it don't
taste
taste like
nothing. I fuck with the
if
sauce.
you have to drown it in sauce,
you don't have to drown it in sauce. The sauce is good. You eat it with the sauce. It's
like
good.
Shit garbage.
I'm gonna go once the line die down and Check that.
They got a
chicken
good
out.
operation going up there though.
That was it. Them lines been
They be at the police. They be directing traffic here. You go here. I'm like, oh shit.
them lines still that long in Illinois.
I bet.
You go to Gurney, the line is still that long. Too.
Mm. Well, at least we got two here now. They got the one in Greenfield and they got the one on Cap.
Best thing on the menu is the toast.
I heard that
That's what
toast.
Sam
Is,
said.
I heard that toast is fantastic.
The only thing good about him is the bread.
Yeah, I swear, I don't know what special they doing with that toast back there. That shit fire.
Sprinkle a little crack on it.
Yeah,
Man,
probably.
listen.
Crack go a long way.
Whoa! All right,
Anywho.
let's move on from that. The views expressed by Ken are his and his alone.
Niggas don't ain't nobody out here doing crack.
A lot of people be doing crack.
I mean, not literal crack, not us.
All right.
Yeah, not us. That's fair.
That's not us.
That's fair. Not us.
People know crack is when they see him. I don't think neither of us look like
My
crack
boy
is.
Wally. There's 4 of us, and he said neither.
So who the crackhead, Ken? Who's the
Oh
crackhead?
shit, the guy at the end.
I mean, you
So
know what?
now-
We're not gonna have this conversation.
When I
of-
hop on his ass the rest of the show, he gonna be like, please, sir, no more.
Pause.
No more.
See?
Help
All
me,
right.
please.
Let's talk about rolling around on your booty.
Oh, we
Not
we
pre-show
gonna do that.
conversations
We gonna
coming
do
up.
that. Okay,
I said
kid.
booty.
Oh, it's about
okay,
to be a
kid.
hostile episode this
Oh,
week.
yeah,
I can
we
already
good.
tell.
What the rest of my Apple Orchid?
let me go ahead down this.
So, for those of you who are not watching on the
Oh,
video
man.
version,
What you
Tim
waiting for?
has a little.
My
Yeah,
angry
what
orchard.
are you waiting for? You need to come over to convert to the video form of the pod. But
Yeah,
Tim is over
exactly.
here with an angry orchard. That was called right? Angry orchard.
Angry
Mhm.
orchard, crisp.
Delicious.
It is hard cider
Which drink was it that made Tim angry? It wasn't vodka.
tequila.
Was it tequila?
It was the vodka
I
twins.
thought it was something
I-
else.
I thought something else made him angry.
Yeah, I thought it was something else. too.
Honestly, Tim on hard liquor in itself is a little aggressive.
Man.
when Tim drink, it's
It was a few pods that like we for real was lit, like drunk pod.
a few.
early
Yeah.
tech file was man. Listen,
Drunk.
welcome to the party and
Man.
everything. That's still one of my favorite episodes of Technical File. Welcome to the party.
Welcome.
That was a hilarious. We had company in the building. That was a hilarious episode.
Tim with
We
a
had
crowd, boy, no joke.
That mug hit
I'm
me in the
chilling.
middle of the show.
Tim with a crowd ain't no joke, boy.
We haven't had a
Wait,
crowd.
what'd you just say?
Unmatched.
I be chilling.
Exactly.
Alive.
This is present tense. I am chilling. I be chilling all the time.
Never mind. I'm not going to call you out here. What I am going to call out here is the order of operations
Mhm.
for the show this week. So we are going to start with NFL,
Mhm.
things that we took away from week 5 of games. Then we're going to go into the WWE Bad Blood paper or PLE review. Old habits, man. And then we're going to end continuing our NBA season preview. This week, we are going to be looking at the Western Conference and putting all those teams into tiers. I've always found that conversations around tiers are always more interesting than just trying to rank 1 through 15 or whatever the case may be. So that's the order of operations for this week. And if you're watching on the YouTube, not live, but on the replay here, you can check in the description and jump to the conversations that interest you the most. All that being said, let's get this started. Some breaking news hit the lines this morning. The New York Jets fired head coach Robert Saleh. Apparently, he walked into the office this morning, made a couple decisions, and then about 5 minutes later, here comes the owner, Woody, walking up in there like, hey, let me talk to you.
Let me talk.
Let me talk to you. Yeah.
Step in my office real quick.
And let the man go. Now, going forward, the head coach or the interim coach of the Jets is going to be Jeff Ulbrich, the defensive coordinator for the squad. So my first question to y'all is just real simple. Was the firing of Robert Saleh justified? The team is 2-3?
Mhm.
Is it justified?
I feel like it's one of those situations to where one, he had 6 different quarterbacks since he's taken over as the head coach. His
Mhm.
defense, which is what his calling card was always better than his offense. And he
Yeah.
finally got a good quarterback, or good-ish quarterback, or supposedly good quarterback,
Allegedly.
allegedly good quarterback, some kind of quarterback. He that quarterback, we can't blame the quarterback, but coach magically disappears the time that he finally plays a full season. They ain't even got a full season yet. Coach fired and go. But I don't feel like he should have been because I don't think he really got a fair shake with the full squad like that. Like honestly, when he finally was able to get both sides of the ball, like they thought last year, getting Rodgers, it was like, okay, we'll finally see what he can do with a full squad. That didn't manifest or happen, and they still had to roll around with Zach. That didn't happen. that didn't help at all. And now the next year you finally got him, and we see that y'all beefing on the sidelines. We see Rodgers talking about, yeah, this is my shit. Now, that's not his exact words.
When you say that?
Not his exact words, but we see them beefing. We see them talking. We hear the whispers. Rodgers gonna get that shit done in Green Bay because there's a lot of motherfuckers that just standing on his ass here. But they gonna get rid of who he want. I feel like Salah.
That's where you're going.
Should have been able to at least finish this season out. You don't know. They could have turned the corner a little bit later. They could have written on a hot streak. You don't know. But firing them 5 games into the season sounds a little bit like
premature.
A push.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's pretty clear that Rodgers wasn't bought in, and that was the number one person that you needed to
bought in
to have on your side, and he didn't have him. I also learned from the Adrian Griffin firing, like, sometimes you can't look at results because there's stuff going down beneath the surface that may not be evident to somebody that's not really paying attention to the situation. So I've become more hesitant to be, to make judgments on coach hirings and firings because I don't know what's going on within that organization. So I know it doesn't necessarily make good podcasting, but that's just not that I'm going to have going forward. But from the outside looking in, it does seem like Rodgers was one of the primary culprits for him being shown to exit so quickly.
I mean, Robert Saleh was 20-36 during his 3+ seasons with the Jets.
Not great.
It's not great. And yes, the caveat of last year, his starting quarterback got injured in the very first game. He was trying to scramble, and they were still 7-10 last year. So not good enough. Now I can understand saying like he didn't live up to expectations. I think it's fair to say the Jets aren't where they expected to be.
Yeah.
But this is the first time that the owner has fired a coach mid-season. Like even Adam Gase got to finish the season out, and he was trash.
Yeah.
But I think a difference is the fact that they do have Aaron Rodgers. We don't know if this is last season. They're really trying to maximize this one window that they feel that they have. And I guess internally they think that their best option to jumpstart this team is to go in a different direction with their head coach. But I don't know. I did not expect to see it in the middle of the season.
Yeah, no.
Although, in retrospect, we probably should have thought something was up when he tried to hug Rodgers and Rodgers said, get off of me.
Get your hands off me.
Pretty much. So, Ken, what do you think about it? Was it justified, or do you feel like
I don't feel
Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, I don't feel like it's justified. Like especially like y'all breaking down, Aaron Rodgers, and again, like we don't know if this is going to be his last year or not. You got to let him ride out to the end of the season, man. Like I don't like getting rid of him right now, 5 games in. I feel like if it is something. Because you never know, like Tim alluded to earlier, like you never know, like they could have turned it around and then could have found their footing. But again, if your star quarterback isn't sold to, it's like as an owner, you just like, well, shit, hey, what can I do?
Maybe they should have Hackett there as their offensive coordinator because the defense side of the ball is looking fine.
Yeah,
that's why they promoted the defensive coordinator.
Like I saw Orlovsky. I only saw a clip of his rant, but he was essentially saying like they need to modernize the offense, and he named off like a bunch of different things that they're just not doing offensively. That basically everybody else is doing in 2024, and it's like it's just a retro offense. Which, coming from his last couple of years in Green Bay, like Aaron Rodgers is very resistant to change. Like he basically had to be drugged, kicking and screaming. To adopt parts of Matt LaFleur's offense, and still was like very bullheaded about, no, we need to keep this, we need to keep this, we need to keep that. It's like, how often did you see Aaron Rodgers under center in those last couple of years versus how often have you seen, Jordan Love and Malik Willis this year alone? So, like, part of it is on him and not wanting to adapt and wanting things run his way. But again, like if it's not working, it's not working. And if you believe in the talent more than the coach that's 20-36, like I can't necessarily blame you.
Yeah.
But it does seem pretty premature.
What I will say is that there was so much conversation about Brian Gutekunst being a bad GM and how good Joe Douglas is with the Jets, so on and so forth. Oh, this franchise is so better. Oh, they don't have to do with Aaron Rodgers. Blah, 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 blah. If anything now, and people were also saying, oh, the only reason Matt LaFleur is good is because he has Aaron Rodgers. If this says anything else, it says that you should give Matt LaFleur even more credit as a first-time head coach walking into a situation with a veteran quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, who didn't want to run a lot of Matt LaFleur's system. He wanted to do his stuff, so it was like a mesh of Rodgers, LaFleur's system, and just seeing how he was able to navigate that without it blowing the whole team up. I feel like people should give Matt LaFleur even more credit for his coaching chops.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, following week 5, all 4 of the teams in the NFC North are above 500.
Yeah.
Vikings are 5-0, Packers are 3-2, Lions are 3-1, Bears are 3-2. I guess 1, do you guys think this is the best division in football? And 2, have your predictions changed about like where teams will kind of fall within the NFC North from what we predicted 6 or 7 weeks ago?
The Vikings getting off to a 5-0 start definitely changes the equation.
Yeah, I was
like,
just going to say that's what changes everything.
Like even if they go on some type of losing streak, they've already
banked enough wins.
Yeah, they've banked enough to the point where they're going to exceed the expectations that I had of them going into the season.
For sure.
Detroit has been Detroit. Like they looked the way I thought they would. The Bears kind of looked how I thought they would. I thought they'd kind of be up and down a little bit.
Shaky.
And the Packers, I would have
shaky.
Yeah, I was like the Packers haven't been exactly what I thought they would be, but you can see the growth potential for the Packers, and you can see it for the Bears. So, like, I think it is arguable to say that the NFC North is the most competitive division in football.
I love to see it.
Do you?
I do.
I mean, his team is above 500.
I think they're above us in the rankings technically too. I think the Packers are technically 4th.
No, they last like they should be.
Who, the Bears?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So they lost us, right?
we haven't
played them yet.
What? Okay, What they play week 1? Oh, they played in Brazil.
Eagles.
Yeah, so watching the game on this past Sunday against the Rams.
The Packers game,
yes. 2 weeks ago, we were in here and you were saying like you thought the Packers were on the verge of kind of like, and I'm not pulling receipts. I just want to say like this is kind of like what I was reiterates what I was saying then when you were saying like they were on the verge of being like a no-fly zone. It's like they have these spurts where it's like they can't stop a nosebleed, and it does feel like they're very much dependent on their ability to take the football away, which they've been doing a very good job
High clip.
But like that's a very boom or bust kind of approach to defense. And it's like if you can't consistently get off the field, which they had a really hard time doing, they were in a lot of third and short situations, which again is kind of advantageous to the offense. Like if you suddenly drop the interceptions, or you have a running back that's a little bit more sure-handed, or you don't have the center throwing, snapping the ball over the quarterback's head, like these are all things that they benefited from in the first 5 weeks of the season. And like that's helped them stop the other team enough. But if you can't get stops and get off the field and make them punt, that will eventually run dry. Like you're not going to get lucky in perpetuity. So like I'm just concerned that we haven't seen the strides yet, but I do understand that it's early. Halfley hasn't installed like all of this stuff. So I'm not sounding the alarm, but it's just something that I've noticed, and it's getting even more start. It feels like the further that we go along.
I don't think that's unfair to point out. I think that the pass rush has been a disappointment. Rashawn Gary, Kenny Clark in particular, LVN, been inconsistent. The secondary has some question marks at times as well, which has been what's the word?
Exacerbated.
Yes, by the fact that Jair Alexander has been hurt the last 2 games and putting Nixon on the boundary, and he's not a great boundary cornerback. Some would argue he's not that great in the slot either, but that's neither here nor there at the moment. The Packers defense definitely has room to grow, and their schedule coming up, they got 2 mobile quarterbacks back-to-back weeks. which for the first 2 weeks, I'm like, well, that's why the pass rush isn't there. And when you don't have pass rush, it kind of affects everything else that you have going on. But now they got Kyler Murray, and then they have CJ Stroud. So, like, it's going to be interesting to see what this defense looks like, how they respond, because, hasn't been as locked down as expected. But I see avenues for growth, because Kingsley Enagbare, when he's in the game, you get a real pass rush.
That's my favorite.
You get a real pass rush when Engabare's in the game. When Evan Williams, he finally got a chance to really play this past weekend. He looked really good as the second safety next to Xavier McKinney. We know what McKinney been doing. 5 games, 5 interceptions. NFL record.
Should have had a 6th in that last game.
Dang, he almost had another. He should have had like 3 in the last game. But you got that. And then you have like Javon Bullard, another rookie safety who they put in the slot a lot this week out of necessity, but like he looked good in the slot. He looks good close up to the line of scrimmage, being able to hit people. So all that said, there are some young pieces on that Packers defense. Edgerrin Cooper's another one where it's like, I think as the snaps increase for some of these younger guys and you get Jair Alexander back, you'll see a difference. But you would hope that some of the big money players from the Packers, like a Rashawn Gary and Kenny Clark, start to show up, because they getting paid to show up and they haven't been so far.
Agree.
Okay, well, I raised this question for you then. What type of team is the Packers at the moment? We're 3-2. Some games have been won because of our defense. Some games have been run because of our run game. Some games have been won because I feel like it's luck. So I ask you, what kind of team is Green Bay?
I think they're young. I think everything that you described is you can boil it down to they're a young team that doesn't quite know what they are. They're very talented, but they're young. They're inexperienced. They're going to make mistakes. They're going to be inconsistent. Some weeks they're going to be great. Some weeks they're going to be not so great. But like, hopefully you get the right mix of players being great and not great that allows you to beat the other team. But like, that's what it feels like to me. It's just a young and inexperienced team. And like, granted, they won both of those games, but not having your starting quarterback for 2 of them makes a difference. Like, their rhythm and timing is not where they want it to be by week 5, I would imagine. But it's gonna get there. Like, I'm not at all writing off the season. Like, I'm not even in a position where I'm like concerned about anything. It's just more so they're gonna get better. You see the blueprint for getting better. It's just gonna take time and patience.
Yeah, right now they're a team that just feels a little disjointed. Like, that's probably the best way it's not quite all the way right for the Packers, which is similar to how they came into last season, which I think is part of why there's so much conversation around the Packers, because of how they finished last season. Expectations were a certain way.
Right.
And now you're seeing them still be a young team making mistakes. Now you see some players who've taken a step in the growth, like a Tucker Kraft, who I can't believe what Tucker Kraft has turned into. Like, I thought that was going to be Musgrave in that role, but Tucker Kraft has come in and been like, no, I'm tight end number 1. I'll block, I'll catch, I'll do it all. And I'm here for it. Also, I don't know if y'all heard him mic'd up. He's hilarious. He is hilarious. He be telling opposing players that he's gonna burn their childhood house down. Like,
I did see that.
Like, he one of them ones. But like, yeah, I just think it's still disjointed, and I think expectations on this team has some outside people feeling like they're underachieving, which I wouldn't argue with. You just hope to start seeing them stack good games on top of each other. You hope to start seeing the offense not needing until the second half to get going. You're hoping to see the pass rush come through, which is more bets than anything else there. You're hoping to see the secondary settle down, settle in. So at this point, disjointed team is what I would say, Tim, but you still see the potential in them.
If you want to look at things optimistically, like, they actually were in all 5 games.
Yeah,
like,
they were.
They probably should have won the Philadelphia game, and they made a furious comeback against Minnesota. So like, they're 2 or 3 impact plays away from being undefeated at this point.
2 or 3 field goals.
Yeah. Fair. So like, I again, it's no reason to think that the sky is falling at all. But you know, it's good to take stock at this point.
Yeah, I agree.
To go with your disjointed and your young team, at the moment, they're second half to me.
They are definitely a second half team right now.
Which could, if they're second half in games, like kind of like last year, maybe they second half in the season, where everything kind of clicks, and then we rolling from there. They could just be a second half squad.
Yeah.
But we'll see, because again, like you said, the youth element.
It's there. They are still the youngest team in the league. Like the game against the Rams, it was the two youngest teams in the league up against each other, which, by the way, the Rams pass rush, oh my God, they're going to be good. They're young, and they are already like havoc causers. Have y'all played the Rams yet?
I have.
Oh, no, Caleb's going to get smoked.
No, I don't think so.
I'm going to just tell you right now, before y'all, well, I don't know what week y'all get them, but.
Oh, y'all going to get the week that Puka back. Y'all gonna Cooper Cup going to be back.
That pass rush is no joke from the Rams, man. I tell you.
And Williams is nice.
Caleb? Oh, yeah. That Williams, yeah. No offense to your Williams.
Oh, yeah. No,
Carrying Williams.
That slippery.
Like, it's always, I enjoy, one of the best things about football, and like one of my favorite positions have always been running back, is because of the fact that each running back has their own style, bro. Like when you see Kyrian Williams, you see his numbers, you be like, okay, he had like 26 carries for like 88, but he had like 3 touchdowns. You be like, how the fuck? Yeah. And you see, like, anytime he's within a yard, bro, he's going to get that motherfucker. Like, whether it's running you over, whether it's kind of being shifty. Same with Jonathan Taylor. Like all of the good backs, they all have their own running style. Le'Veon Bell used to just wait. Chilling behind the offensive line and then take off. Like seeing the different styles has always been one of my favorite things about watching the NFL too.
No, that's real. Sure. That's real. Do you have any thoughts on what this Packers team is so far?
Yeah, like and I've been watching lately. One thing about this Packer team is that you see everything, and you see the potential, and you see what this team can be. It's gonna be fucking scary once you all get it all together.
I feel it. How you feeling about your Bears right now for our weekly Chicago Bears check-in?
Yeah.
And what up, Dwayne? I see you in the comments. What's going on, brother?
Sir. Bears won this week. We played the Panthers.
That beat the brakes off the Panthers.
Yeah, I mean, we were supposed to blow
the gift that keeps on giving.
But it's nice to do what you're supposed to do.
Exactly, and that's what felt good. Like we didn't have any turnovers. Caleb had a great game. He was 20 for 29, 304 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Our O-line held up well. We only had 1 sack the entire game. So that's good. But Caleb is actually, I love watching him from game to game, because you can now see like he's literally getting better and better. Like the game is slowing down a little bit for him. He's getting his reads out a little bit more, and he's not holding the ball as much either. Like that was his first problem, like especially like the first 2 games.
Like quicker decision making?
Yeah, he's making decisions. Like he's trusting himself in the offense. Mind you, like we do still have questionable, like piss poor play calling from our offensive coordinator. But this week, literally nothing to complain about. We like I said, we didn't have turnovers. We had I think we only had like 4 penalties for like 40 yards. So like honestly, like it was a game that we needed, because like everything has been like so disjointed this season and everything. So it was just good to see everything click. So now it's like one of those things where like we can see what we can do. Like, let's just duplicate that on a weekly basis. Mind you, I understand how everybody's like, oh, y'all played the Panthers. A dub is a dub. Panthers still an NFL team, even though they trash. But
they keep on blessing y'all.
Hey, it is what it is, man.
Wins, picks.
I had to ask, when do y'all play the Rams? You already beat them niggas.
That's what I had to think about. I was like, I think we did beat them already.
Yeah, y'all definitely did.
Yeah, so what y'all talking about? Fuck them. Nobody's scared of that shit.
Scared of the pass rush.
But no, yeah. Bears, again, it was exciting to see us win. I'm confident. Like as long as we're seeing our team get better, and especially our quarterback get better on a weekly basis, I'm happy.
Well, y'all got a London game coming up this week, so y'all gonna be on.
Hello, governor.
8:30 in the morning.
Spot of tea.
Start time for Jags Bears. The Jaguars are desperate at this point. So
I mean, we got a dub.
What you talking
Jaguars.
about?
They got a dub.
Oh, they won Sunday?
Yeah, they did.
Who they beat?
That was their first win.
Yeah.
It was against the Colts.
Oh, okay.
Flacco had a nice game too, but still.
Flacco did have a good game.
Flacco keep coming in and looking like the best quarterback.
Oh, what though?
Flacco funny.
Somebody said that, I can't remember who it was. It was some talking head on TV this morning, but they said if the Jets had Flacco, they would have a better record right now.
They probably would. They would.
And I said,
It's quite
That's funny.
Is it time to have a conversation about 12?
You mean 8?
Yeah. Well,
Listen.
You ain't Kobe, nigga.
they don't love you like that.
He looking old right now. He looking old.
Shit, we got rid of him a year too late.
Shit.
Arguable.
Father time undefeated.
Arguable.
First of all, you missed the whole season because you was injured.
Didn't play the preseason.
It didn't play. Plus, in your old. So all of that happens. I don't care how great of a an athlete you are. Father Time is undefeated.
And I'm sure mentally he's still worried about that injury because of his age.
Retired.
Young
talking about,
give a shit.
All you gotta do is retire.
His now.
Who forcing you to play, fam?
He wants to play.
Exactly.
He getting paid the big bucks.
For the love of the game.
For the big bucks.
I can still fire coaches. What the fuck you mean?
I'm not fire coaches still.
You getting the vibe.
Let's get into the WWE Bad Blood review. A PLE that I had high expectations for going into it. I was like, man, this might be a modern day classic, man. We might get us one of them ones.
You got one, all right.
I got a great match out of it for sure, but the card in itself left a bit to be desired in my opinion. But we'll get into all of that. First things first, let's talk about prediction records from us here. Eric and Ken had the best record coming out of Bad Blood.
Hey,
3-2.
Well,
Myself and Tim had a 2-3 record.
I'm sorry, I haven't seen CM Punk take. I gotta get off later too.
Okay, well,
don't you?
it's gonna come up soon. Which brings overall totals to I'm in the lead still, barely.
Boo.
Catch it up.
21-11.
Boo.
Eric and Ken are in second place, 20-12, and then Tim is bringing up the rear, 19-13.
Bringing up the rear.
Although I would say, had they not botched the Liv Rhea match, I would have had a better record. But botch.
Hey, it happens.
You would have been 4-1, I think.
Yeah,
I would have.
He was the only one.
I'd have been for was it 3-2?
You'd have been 3-2.
Oh.
I think Eric was the only one who had Rhea winning that match. But yeah. So let's fill in the blank here. The best match of the card was. It's an easy answer.
Drew Punk.
Oh yeah.
Hell in the Cell.
Slobber knocker.
Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, arguably one of the best matches I've seen in WWE all year.
Okay, so my kids, we sat and watched wrestling together. And like my daughter and my son, they both are into it. And at the beginning of the match, I was just like, damn, can they actually watch this match? Because I didn't know, I knew it was going to get bad, but I didn't know, how bad it was going to get, but how quickly it got bad. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, y'all go. Yeah. I don't know if y'all can stay for this one. Yeah, so I had to I at least got Baby Girl out the room for a little bit because it was a little too much.
It was times where I was covering my face during the match. I'm grown. I was sitting there like, oh my God. I was like, it's so much blood. It's so much blood.
My daughter, funny, she was like, oh, he kicked him. He kicked him. She swear that I don't know who she was talking about, but she think everybody got a girlfriend that wrestled. So whoever her favorite guy wrestler is, her favorite female wrestler
is who she think he date.
Yeah, is the girlfriend. So she was like, yeah, I like Cody Rhodes and Cody Rhodes' girlfriend. I was like, oh.
We had a comment on our Instagram page when we were talking about what matches we were looking forward to at this PLE from Dime Music, who just said, I wish WWE's gimmick matches weren't a parody of what they used to be. I hope Punk and Drew kill it, but I don't think anyone will top what Swerve and Hangman did in the cage this year. Now, me personally, the syringes from Swerve, it was a little much.
Yeah, there's a little too extreme.
And there were times in this match where I'm like, a bit much. Like when CM Punk hit Drew with that toolbox and it legitly opened that man up. Yeah. As soon as I saw the blood flowing that quickly and that freely, I said, he is messed up. The ref kept coming with the towel like, man, I got to wipe you down. Drew pushing him out the way. I'm like, let him wipe you down.
He had all them staples.
16 staples to the head.
That's crazy.
For Drew McIntyre. But
giving them what they want.
That's what a Hell in a Cell is supposed to be, which is also why I look at that match differently than the AEW match, which is something that you brought up in our group chat, Eric. We talked about it. AEW, you see a lot of blood often. You don't see it that often in WWE. So when you do see it, it feels like, oh my gosh, this is so different.
It hits hard.
And that's how that whole match felt for me, where I was just like, this is different. Like, this is real two dudes who really don't like each other.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, it made me feel like a hypocrite because that was the number one critic. Like the clips that I saw come out of AEW, and like this one was again sports entertained. But again, like it's better in moderation, and it wasn't just like. Again, maybe it's because I didn't see the match in full. I only saw like the highlights that got posted to social, but like I can't imagine like why you would need a syringe in like I don't get the context of it.
Yeah, I watched the entire. It was no reason.
They didn't.
He opened up a box that had random shit in it, and there was syringes in there. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna grab these."
Okay.
Yeah.
But again, I guess the cinder block spots are kind of similar to Drew
Two
taking
box.
a back bump onto the.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like,
"Ooh, that back bump was crazy."
Yeah.
So again, like maybe if it makes me a hypocrite, so be it. But I did enjoy it. It was the best match of the night. So.
No, I feel you on that one. Okay. Fill in the blank here. The best entrance of the night was
Cody Rhodes.
I'm gonna get with you on Cody.
Cody. Y'all like the
Cody Roman? It's like a tie.
That's what I was saying. That was neck and neck.
One over
but
the
I picked
other,
Cody
though.
over.
You pick
yeah,
Cody?
I would take the Cody one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's yours?
I had Cody.
Cody.
Yeah.
I said The Rock.
I'll let you explain why.
One, the main event itself just felt kind of.
It was
I
slow
don't
as
know.
shit.
The pacing was off for me.
Super slow.
Some wasn't right. And
Yeah.
as it was in the Jimmy, return, I was geeked about seeing Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
But when the Rock's music hit, when you thought, okay, this is done, I was just like, oh,
I knew
shoot.
something was gonna happen because I kept watching Cody's eyes, and he kept looking up. He kept looking at the screen like he'll look up. So he was waiting for the cue or whatever for the Rock to come. I was like, oh, what's happening?
You be paying attention to your favorite wrestler.
All up in that man.
Anything I say is go get cooked.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna get cooked, so ain't no purpose. Yes, I do.
See, Tim, that's how you take an L.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta learn. You gotta learn.
You don't get that shit up out of me.
But no, hearing
Exactly.
the music, and then on top of that too, I think the final boss mix of his theme is still just,
that
it
shit
is
hit.
so cold. It is so cold.
And I love that he didn't say nothing.
At all.
Like it was just like
He's
came
counting
out.
down from something.
Was he
Yeah.
was he counting folks in the ring, or was he counting to be like, cue my music back up?
Because as soon as he hit the 3, then the music came. So
he
that's
did
why I thought he was killing
He
the
had to
music.
cut him off.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, he is not happy with Roman and Jimmy going back in there to save Cody against their own family. And then I saw Solo was in the audience talking about some like, it's all part of the plan for him to be here. It's all part of the plan. Don't worry, Jacob. It's part of the plan. So yeah, that was my favorite entrance.
Cody's was just off the strength of the band.
Mhm.
Like I could do without.
They wanted to get their shit off so bad.
Yeah.
Even when they wasn't supposed to be playing.
They were still playing.
Although, like,
I'm only here once.
one thing I noticed Sunday and it continued into Monday, but like some of their production stuff is kind of off a little bit. Like they'll play music or like he'll get cut off, or it's just some of the stuff that we're used to with WWE, where like their production stuff is on
Yeah,
point.
it's
Like,
pristine.
I like that they're trying new things, but it does seem like
Throwing the time in.
They're still figuring it
they're
out.
still figuring it out.
Because Roman Fireworks was off during his insurance.
Shoot, even when Cody, they said that there's more than one royal family. They did that twice before
yeah.
Cody music actually came through. But I see Sly in the comments saying my favorite wrestler is back, baby. The final boss. I think we setting up a real interesting war games at Survivor Series
Cody.
with the Bloodline,
Yeah.
especially if it's going to be Rock with the new Bloodline, which I think they need to help even out
Yeah.
the star power
They put
against
Cody and Sammy with Roman.
Mhm.
That makes sense.
So
Give it
it's
to
on
me.
5-on-5.
Yep.
and
The Usos.
and Jay.
Yep.
Jay, Jimmy, Roman, Cody
and
Sammy.
Yep.
Up against
The Rock.
The Rock, Solo, Jacob, and then Tonga.
Tonga. Yep. Yeah. Give it to me.
Absolutely.
That feels like a washing. Like, I know you said it evens it out. Like
It should be.
they got
washed.
Jacob and Impossible. Like
Yeah, exactly.
like,
The Rock is not impossible, sir. He is the final boss.
55-year-old Rock.
The final boss.
Exactly.
You saw him at WrestleMania putting on a show, looking great.
That's
Fantastic.
The Rock. He's just electric.
I'm saying, man.
He
We
still
ain't
get
gonna,
his.
we ain't
He
gonna
still
do
gonna
that.
get.
He's still gonna be wheezing.
I was
like
just gonna
30
say.
like 3
He's
minutes
still
into the
old.
match.
Shit.
Just let him be the last one into the match. You get the pacing right.
He's
That's
still
all.
old and shit.
That's all.
He gonna get the SmackDown laid on him and shit.
Y'all better put some respect on the final boss.
He's still carrying around that fake belt.
Yeah, that belt.
When he came out with that belt, I'm like, dog.
That belt, yeah.
We have a real champion.
You
First,
still got this?
That little
This
fake
nigga,
belt.
it's coming with me. Of course, it is your belt, nigga. You made it.
I love though. Afterwards, he just went live on Instagram,
Yeah, talking big shit.
and I saw
He was fucking up everything.
man the Twitter post I saw when it was like, I will never understand people who like The Rock ain't black, because this nigga just went on his Instagram live after stunting on his cousins.
Hell yeah.
And he went on Instagram
Talking
live to
bad
keep
shit.
stunting, like, yeah, I'm doing this, and I was like, yeah, that's some real nigga activity.
No, he
But
talking to the dude in the back.
Rocky is the king of the. I was gonna say Rocky is the king of code switching because like he gets in his nigga bag
Yeah.
when he's around black people.
He do. He really do.
He was talking to all the security.
Yo, fan of The Rock. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Dapped up everybody on the
Hell
way
yeah.
out.
What up, my nigga? That's all he needs to do. That's the only thing that was missing.
You
from
dap up The Rock.
He had a bottle of tequila with him outside. He taking swigs from the bottle, jumping in the truck.
He talking to John Cena and talking to Dusty.
When he said, Dusty Rhodes, my
love
hero, hate your son. I said, this nigga's entertaining. I love
I
this
swear.
man. I swear I love The
It
Rock.
all started when they did the cinematic scene fighting in the rain, man. He beat the shit out of my mans in the rain, fam. It really was a movie like final boss moment, fam.
You think it's over because the camera stopped rolling?
And he started cussing like him. I was like, oh yeah, my man's lit out here.
Sly added SmackDown named after him. I mean, yeah, he can
Yeah,
wear
that
his
was
own belt.
his show.
I mean, yes, for the first part.
I know, bro. Shut up.
The belt is still kind of weak.
That's
man.
weak. I'm
That's
sorry.
People's champ.
I love The Rock. We know you the people's champ, but you walking around with the literal belt, my nigga. Fuck out.
I need Stone Cold to come back and throw that into the river too.
Exactly.
Just get rid of it. Just
That
get
shit
rid
about
of it.
you already found a boss, bro. You don't even need
Right,
that.
you don't even need
You
that.
don't even need it, fam. Just throw some Versace on and get up out here.
Versace Don. Let me ask y'all this: what was the biggest disappointment of Bad Blood, in your opinion?
Live and Rhea match.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah. It just didn't hit.
Mm-mm.
Like it was. Wait, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna ask like if what we think was supposed to happen.
Oh, we know what's supposed to happen.
What was supposed to happen?
That what's her name? Raquel was supposed to come in.
Yeah. Okay.
The ref wasn't supposed to see her. She was supposed to interfere and then throw Liv onto Rhea for Liv to retain the belt.
Okay.
And then her timing was off. and
Match
she just-
over.
She ran out.
literally right in front of the referee.
Oh, the match is over.
The ref didn't have no choice. The ref said, "Ma'am."
What up?
Ring the damn bell.
It took him a second too, because he probably was like, "I can't believe you." Ring the bell. And also, that ref was in cahoots. That's what you kept saying to him.
He was in cahoots for sure. Like,
Because he was
dog,
letting Rhea get her shit.
I
He was
kept
like,
saying, "Count her
He
out.
was like, do what you do.
Count her out."
you
They
deserve
even got her on
this.
They even got her on the mic.
Uh,
She's like, "I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna just go take care of this." You're
He's
like,
like,
"All right,
oh,
cool."
He said, "You
good.
deserve that." No,
Yeah,
she
go
Like,
ahead.
now
doesn't.
get him the fuck up out of here.
Cahoots.
Head of your business.
Cahoots.
And my man's fell out of the cage by his ankles, man.
The way I was so terrified when I saw him come out that cage.
Like having just watched the McMahon doc and
Yeah.
seen like all that stuff about
The Owen
Owen
Hart,
Hart,
he
I'm
really
like,
could've
I
been-
don't like no, don't
He
do
really
anything with
could've been-
heights or
He definitely could have been fucked up.
Luckily, it wasn't as high as like everything
Yeah.
else, and he was chained, so he wouldn't fall.
And
But
then Triple H
still.
threw some sauce on it, saying how afraid of heights Dominic is.
They were doing
You know,
that during the match.
Yeah.
On commentary.
So I was like, yeah, they was throwing the sauce on there.
Woo, woo.
But yeah, that match just didn't hit.
Mm-mm.
It was cool, like the build up and everything. Like him getting beat like a pinata with the kendo stick by Rhea.
Borderline racist.
It was like, and Triple H even said in the
He
press
did.
conference. I was like, yeah, you know.
Wait,
what
what'd
he
he
was doing.
say?
He said it was only missing candy.
He said he's only missing candy. Hey, but then earlier he said, I don't see what he said. I don't see color and all this shit.
I hate when people say I don't see color.
And that pissed me off because I like Triple H. Come on, idiots, man.
It's like okay, like one, I hate it when anybody says I can't see.
Yeah,
color.
I hate
like,
it.
That's bullshit.
Exactly.
But also, like, I don't like the wrestling community using like black wrestlers as a pawn to like throw shots in the different promotions. Like, no, because like y'all don't care. So like, don't act like you care.
Yeah,
just to score cheap points because you know people can't really argue against it.
Exactly.
Yep. But yeah, that match disappointed me, especially after how good their match at SummerSlam was.
Mhm.
So I thought like, oh, the next installment about to
It's
be
gonna be
cracking.
fire.
And it just didn't do it for me. And then the ending was kind of botched. And then you still saw Raquel try to put Liv on Rhea. And I'm like, the match is over, man.
Exactly. Like, what is going on here?
I know what you're supposed to do, but you ruined it. You ruined it.
If she hadn't botched the ending, like would that have changed like your opinion on the match, or it still was kind of?
It might have
No,
been. It might
I
have
don't think so.
been a little bit better because it would. The ending felt so abrupt and like, wait, what is
Like,
happening?
what happened? Yeah.
Yeah, so it probably would have been a bit better, but even still, like it was, the pacing was just kind of off for me in that one. I thought they was gonna really turn it up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. Maybe I just went into it expecting too much.
Maybe me too. Maybe
Yeah.
that.
That
Maybe
might
that
have
was
been the
it.
problem.
You expected the bar that they set.
Yeah.
So it's their own fault
Hey, yeah.
when you deliver excellence.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
That's what
listen.
I expect.
All I said. Well, did y'all already say what y'all disappointing match was? Or everybody kind
We
of.
also he has a different one.
What you got?
I got the main event,
Okay.
and
I can see that.
it was fine. It was a very perfunctory match, but it was just like
Oh.
it didn't give me.
Google word of the day.
Who?
It was a
Means
very
like
by the
average.
numbers
Yeah.
match. Like it was
Perfunctory.
what it was.
That's
How
what
you
he
spell
said?
that?
Can you spell that for me, please? Hold on, wait. Perfunctory.
Perfunctory.
I got a
Okay.
functory.
Perfunk.
Perfo.
We love the funk.
A read.
Made me think of George Clinton.
And then it's Tory Lanez. Tory.
Wait, what?
Per.
Lord Jesus.
No K. Then Tory. Like Lanes.
This nigga, dog. Oh,
All right. That it means of an action or gesture
uh-huh.
carried out with a minimum of effort or reflection.
All right. Yeah.
He gave a perfunctory nod,
Perfunctory.
or it was a perfunctory match.
As he said.
So you can say that after,
The more you know.
after sex. That was
Perfunctory.
perfunctory.
It did what it was supposed to do, but it didn't have any flair. Any flair.
How was it, honey? It was perfunctory.
I got where I needed to go.
Your performance was
Put a little
perfunctory.
razzle dazzle in.
Oh shit.
Oh boy.
We have some tassels or something.
Some tassel.
Not tassels.
Oh shit.
Anyway, yeah, like it was. And I guess that was my problem with most of the
The card.
the cards that they all felt like TV matches,
Mm.
Yeah, I
I
give
can
you
give you that.
save for Hell in a Cell. Like the rest of them all felt like this could have been on a Raw or a SmackDown.
I wonder
I give you
if
that.
part of it is because that match led the show off.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we was already.
So we were all
set.
like, oh, like we've
Yeah.
already seen the best that we're gonna see, and then
Which I said after that match, I'm like, that match, the Hell in a Cell match, felt like Punk and Drew saying, "Good luck following that,"
Yeah.
and nobody
couldn't.
nobody was able to.
nobody
He
did.
was like, hey man, nothing we could do.
Match was fantastic, man.
It was.
Like that Hell in a Cell
Shut up.
match was fantastic.
Yeah. So what I do like about, I know you say the main event, but the thing I did like about the main event is that it did have that big fight feel,
It did.
because they really were showing out like what the entrance is and everything like that. And then I saw the TikTok of the people, they wasn't really playing.
They was
on
not
Roman.
that chick playing.
That
them
one
drums.
lady, that lady did that, and she was just smiling and laughing and shit. She would hit nug drums.
She knew she wasn't playing them drums.
Yeah, but no, they was dope. They were showing out. So I like the big fight
I
feel.
like Roman's theme for like a grand entrance,
Mhm.
Mhm.
but like it don't work for like just
Coming
a
out.
regular. Yeah,
Yeah, like if
it-
he was just coming out to the ring, like you talking about, like you just coming out in the ring to fight or
or you
interfere.
just coming out for like a promo or something. Like it just
Yeah.
it feels like it.
It takes too long to get to
Yeah.
the music. The build up is so long. It's like a minute and a half of just the
Yeah. Which I get it. He slow walks to the ring, so
Yeah.
he can probably get it to work. But it doesn't like it feels like that should be like saved for special occasion.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm guessing they felt like this was a special occasion because it was his first match back, so on and so
Mhm.
forth. But I definitely get your point on that one. What do y'all rank on a scale of 1 through 10? Bad Blood.
What I put? I got a 7.
7.5 for me.
7.5 for me. And the half comes from that Hell in a Cell match being that great.
I got a 7.
Otherwise, it would have been a straight 7 for me
Yeah.
because the rest of the card didn't do it for me. But I love that match that much. And then
Yeah,
The
it was a
Rock
good
coming
match.
back was like a little
Yeah,
nice
and that's
sprinkle.
what it ended. Yeah.
And
Without Hell in a Cell, that would have been like a 5.5.
yeah, it would have been low. And I also add a little extra to that 0.5 there because of the after event shenanigans with
Social media.
Cody Rhodes
Oh, yeah.
and Kevin Owens. Like that feels like it's still part of the card.
Mm-hmm.
The Rock social media antics.
Yep. Yeah. So
Yeah, no, I
yeah, the
don't get
beginning
that
and the
shit.
ending was the best part.
Yeah.
7.5 for me. So of all the PLEs so far
I think that's
this year, this comes in at number 7 for me.
It's comes dead last.
Dead last.
Dead
Really?
Dead last.
You like the Elimination Chamber more than this?
Dead last.
Mm.
Oh, I got it above Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, I do.
Elimination Chamber was not.
Yeah,
that one
Elimination
did
Chamber was
not
garbage.
do nothing
Yeah.
for me.
Me neither. They ain't hit at all.
Okay. Any other last bad blood thoughts that y'all want to get off before we move into basketball?
I think part of what kind of made this feel like a bunch of Raw matches is that so many of them didn't end clean. Like Hell in a Cell was actually the only one that had a clean finish. Everything else had either a run-in or like a disqualification. Like
because Tiffy ran in on the Nia Jax match, which that hurt Rana Karana. That wasn't no.
Boy, I don't know what the hell that was.
Hana Karana?
Yeah, she did.
Karana, whatever it's called. You know the move I'm talking about.
Her Karana.
Yeah.
There you go.
When I seen that, I was like, did she get to her Karana?
Whatever.
No,
Maneuver.
listen, what I called is what she did.
Yeah. So it was a Hana Karana.
Karana. That's what she did.
Bailey just flipped herself.
How about that? She fell to the side.
Yeah,
Bailey
she
just
flipped
flipped
like,
over.
Then you had the Rhea and Liv match, which had interference. You had
Judgment Day ran in on Finn.
And then-
Oh, yeah.
Damian.
and then you had the main
Jimmy.
event with Jimmy. Yeah, that is a very good point.
So yeah, like it's a PLE. So you kind of want more definitive.
Yeah, you want shenanigans.
Not that many, I guess.
Yeah.
Any other final thoughts? Ken, Tim?
Yeah, me is what you alluded to about the after the cameras was off, but then the social media cameras came on. KO and KO jumped my boy out by his bus. They got into it and arguing and stuff like that. So that the social media aspect like made it even like grander, or just put a cherry on top or whatever. Especially at their end, like The Rock, like immediately like walked from there, hop directly on IG.
They was on there coming back.
Yeah, he was on there for a minute talking shit too. He was fucking up all types of stuff, smiling, getting up, breaking character, all types of shit. But yeah, like using social media to tell an even broader story is super dope.
And I love that WWE is treating the Kevin Owens, Cody Rhodes thing as like an actual infraction. Like, this is not storyline.
Yeah.
That's why there were no WWE cameras. You can't find that footage on WWE's pages. It was told by the power of fans who were there, knowing fans are going to be recording and letting that spread organically, which I was like, wow, that's a nice touch.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's a nice
They
touch.
in their bag, man. They in their storytelling bag right now.
Tim, anything for
They
you?
are, but this is pretty mid. So I say, for all the fire that we've had throughout the year, they snuck a little mid in there.
Hey, the mid be selling.
Just a little bit.
It can't always be fine though.
Yeah, and like
You gotta get
again,
some
like
meat in
this is
there.
kind of like a, like to get from A to Z, you got to go B. Like it's very much like this is
the transitional
pretty much.
phase.
Because again, like we didn't have any finishes to any stories here, so
Except
for
aside from
Punk and
Punk
Drew. Which those
been
two
going on
earned
now.
they time off. However long they gonna be away, well earned.
Punk sound like he damn near was retiring
That
yesterday.
nigga ain't retiring. He just selling. He's good at what he do.
Okay, I'll get my Punk thing off real quick.
Oh shit, hell.
No, surprisingly, what I'm about to say.
You saw why they call him the best in the world?
Hell no. I'll never say you the best. That pisses me off saying the best in the world, because I can name like 5 to 10.
To be
better
fair,
than
it
him.
used to piss me off when he said it then.
Yeah, like that pisses me off. But you honestly, Punk not that bad.
He ain't, fam.
He really not that bad.
There
he
you
can,
go.
He can sell a match. He can sell a promo. He
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
like.
I guess I don't know why I hate him so much.
I think
He ain't that
Kenny.
bad.
AEW.
Yeah, probably. That's where the hate came from. Fuck him.
Hey, listen, that you admitting like he ain't that bad. That's
He
a
ain't
step
that
in the
bad.
right direction,
Yeah, he ain't
fam.
that bad. Yeah.
Couple more months, you gonna be a fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, fan.
I don't know about that.
I don't know
Yeah.
about a fan, but he might.
He
fuck
was
with him.
decent. Like this, really watching him like hold his own in the Hell in a Cell. I was like,
He can tell a great story.
yeah, and he can. I was like, okay, I'll give you that.
I
Like, and
guarantee y'all.
that's the thing about him, that like I had to really like watch and not necessarily like be like, oh well, he's not this good. He's not like hella athletic, or he's not
Mhm.
like crazy polished or whatever. But everything that he does in between and the storytelling, makes you I can overlook all of that shit.
Yeah, that was always his superpower. Like he makes wrestling realistic.
Yeah,
He
and
makes
that's
it
why I
feel-
appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And he seems like a good guy. Like,
I wouldn't go that far.
no, I ain't saying like he's a great guy, but like it seems like this time around, like people actually like.
Oh yeah,
He
he's
got a lot more
definitely.
love this time around.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it seems like he's getting the love, like people, and you can tell that it seems like he's actually like happy too.
Yeah, he's definitely
So
been a better locker room presence.
Yeah.
Now,
that's dope.
like
That's
he's
dope to
really
see.
embracing that I'm a vet over here now situation. So
It's like
So-
when you when you with a girl for a long time and you don't appreciate her, and then you go with somebody else and you think it's gonna be better, and
But it's
they're
not.
even worse, and then you go back and be like, "I'm sorry, grass wasn't greener. I appreciate you now." And like,
Baby, please.
you want to be on your best behavior.
That 80-20 rule.
I'm not speaking from personal experience, but I've heard.
I've
heard a time or
I've
two.
heard that that's the experience that other people have had.
I've heard people spend the block.
Yeah,
He said, not me.
I don't spend.
First of
blocks.
all, it doesn't roll spending more. I take it back.
Turn that car around there, my nigga. That's what I'm talking about.
I felt the tax for a second.
Bend them curves.
I didn't know it was this type of pod.
Bend them curves.
Since we spilling beans.
I'm sorry, were you?
No, I'm kidding.
That ain't the hit.
I know.
What they say? Hit on
Boy,
Tyler.
he over there yelping.
I ain't said shit.
How the fuck kid sound right now?
Oh, shit.
I didn't even look down that way on
Didn't
the
even,
couch.
didn't even
Since you want to cuss me out.
Why you yelling?
Oh, shit.
Ooh,
That's funny.
boy.
He said, first of all.
He said, I'm happy with my block spent.
Spinning the block's best thing that ever happened.
Get that U-turn again.
I'll
Goddamn
spin it again, goddammit. Oh, shit.
I'll spin it again.
Oh, shit.
Boy, he was yelping over there. Damn, they had a monologue.
Oh, shit.
That man clutched his pearls like that. Eric said, what you mean?
What?
What you say fuck me for?
What you say fuck me for?
The audacity. Oh, I sat here shocked and appalled.
I can't wait to go back and actually look at your face while he was saying it. So
It's probably the 50 meme, bro. Rubbing his eyes. Fuck me.
What
What you say fuck me for?
Oh, shit.
Don't worry, nigga, I got you.
it's that lived experience there. That's exactly
Oh,
what.
shit.
Maybe that's why you're also enjoying CM Punk more. Y'all have spent the block.
Spent the block.
It all makes sense. It all makes sense, man. Oh, shit.
All right, let's get into our NBA preview, ranking the Western Conference by tier. So we put together 4 different tiers. A contender tier, meaning best of the best. You know, the championship favorites. The next tier is playoff team. You know, those teams are going to be serious
Playoffs?
competition. Not seen as good as those contenders, but like they have a shot at making some real noise if things go their way. We have the play-in tier, teams that like their ceiling is kind of like, you know, a play-in berth. They're not seen as a top seed in the conference, but you know, their ceiling or their goal, it's like, let me just make it into the dance and see what happens from there. And then we have the bottom of the conference. I don't think that needs any explanation. It's the bottom of the conference. Somebody got to finish last. That was a Joe song, wasn't it? No, somebody. Somebody got
got brothers, man. Like, you just sticky shit on the bottom of the barrel.
What's that Joe song name? Oh, never mind. That somebody's got to be on top.
Ah!
Never
Oh,
mind.
Jesus, okay.
Never
I see what
mind.
you
What's that
on.
song about?
I was just going to say, I see what you on.
Oh, so you do the bending.
Oh. Hey, Janet Jackson, the business.
He had shit to say. Oh, damn.
Hey, man, she was a menace in that movie.
I don't
boy.
get bent. I do the bending. Oh, so you do the bending.
And she just said it so smooth.
Hey,
too,
just looking
boy.
like, dang.
How do you respond to that though? Like,
Again, take an L. That's all you can do. Is take that L.
I'm the big bad booty daddy. What you
I don't know what to tell you. I'm getting cooked.
nah, that Joe album came out in like '99, which my mom got me the album for Christmas, which I should not have had that Joe
Hey.
album. That I got it for.
There's a lot of freaking music.
I got it for that Stutter remix. I love Stutter, but that's a freaky album.
That's what I'm saying.
The album
That's
was freaky.
Joe, freaky as hell.
Sorry, be at his finest.
Joe was on. That's when he was leaning on the cover. You know when they lean on the cover, it's about to be a
Man.
hot R&B album.
Look,
You know who's that dude? Carl Thomas.
Man, that first album is impeccable.
Fire, dog.
Impeccable.
That man wore turtlenecks like him wore best.
Man, on what? He was
like James Jones.
That man was mad at a
hitting you
woman
with
for
the-
choosing her husband.
Bro, piss.
You with
He
your
drove by-
husband and kids?
He
How
drove by
dare
the
you?
crib in his chest. Like, are you serious? Like, what?
And I wish I never met her at all.
Choose
Oh,
your vows
man.
over me. How dare you?
You disrespect. You raggedy man.
Ooh, boy. R&B.
If anybody listening here wasn't around in the 90s,
They
lost this
confused.
whole
Oh yeah,
episode.
yeah.
If you are
What
under the
going
age
on?
of 25, you don't know what's happening at this point. Not for you. All right. Conference tiers. Western
Mhm.
Conference. Who do y'all have in your contenders tier? And I'm curious to see how many teams you have in that tier as well. Like, who is the best of the best? Who want to start?
I only got 2 teams in my
Oh.
top tier,
Okay.
and one might surprise you. I got OKC, and that finished number 1 in the West last season.
I think we all got OKC
Yeah,
in
for
the
sure.
contender tier, yeah.
And they only got stronger. Like they
Facts.
picked up Hartenstein and Caruso
Mhm.
without really
Caruso, he was
only
good.
losing Giddey from their rotation. So it's
Who
like,
wasn't going to figure to
No.
be a major part of their rotation anyway.
Well, I think it's gonna be good though. Giddy, he gonna get it together.
I think he is going to be good in
he's in a
Chicago.
better
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah, Chicago, he gonna get off.
But yeah, no, like those are perfect role players for what they needed.
Mhm.
They needed another big, and they needed.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
you can never have too many defensive menace guards. It's like, and Caruso can guard pretty much anybody. So
That's a fact.
That's a great pickup.
I was very upset when I saw that. That was very,
At least it won the East.
yeah, I did appreciate that part, but it's like the rich getting richer. My other team is the Grizzlies.
You're
I
that,
think-
you're that high on them.
I like all summer I've been thinking like, man, people are gonna feel good about the Grizzlies because they had basically the season from hell last year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like
Everybody was hurt.
Ja coming back makes such a big difference.
They do.
On top of like all the guys getting more, like all of their primary guys getting more opportunities to kind of spread their wings last year, which is only going to make them more well-rounded going forward.
Mhm.
Like Bane, I think, is ready to take another leap.
I do too.
Jaren. Like they have Edie is just going to eat up space. Like I don't know how good he's going to be off the bat, but
I think he could.
it's a big body that can basically replicate what Steven Adams gave you.
Mhm.
Except he's like 6 inches taller, which is crazy. But like the biggest part is Ja. Like I
It
think,
is.
like just seeing his highlights from the game that they played, I believe last night or the night before.
Mhm.
The athleticism is still there. He's on a mission. Like I just think that the Grizzlies are a really good deep team, and I think that all the things that we were high on them for last year are still true.
Mhm.
And they have like the added motivation of nobody believes in us. Nobody's going to take it serious, and they're just going to come out like gangbusters. And I believe in Taylor Jenkins as a coach.
I'm
Okay.
here for it. I
Yeah,
got
got
the
me
Grizzlies
some.
in the playoff team tier.
Yeah, they're in the playoffs.
But like I think they're gonna be real
Playoffs.
good. I went Thunder, Mavericks, and Nuggets.
As well as I.
And part of why I bumped the Nuggets back up there is because with the trade that the Timberwolves made, getting Karl Anthony Towns out,
Mhm.
bringing in Randall, I feel like the Nuggets are probably like, thank you.
Yeah.
Put some respect on my white boy's name.
And Dante.
Oh,
DiVincenzo.
Oh,
But thinking of how the Nuggets got beat in the playoffs last year by the Timberwolves, they had to be like, oh, he gone? The
Oh, yeah.
double big thing gone? I mean, you got Nas Reed
The double
still,
big
but
thing.
like,
Mhm.
cool. So I got the Nuggets in that tier. The Mavericks, I mean, they were a finals team last year.
Mhm.
I think that
Respect.
they have improved their roster, especially if Clay can really come in there and just knock down some shots,
Yeah, all he got to do is just hit open shots.
they're going to be in a much better spot.
Yeah.
It's not all, but that's a big thing that they need
that's
from
like,
him.
if he can do that, then
That's
that'll
number
be-
one thing they need from
Yeah,
Clay. Come
just
in
hit
here and
those
knock
open
these
shots.
threes down.
I think that when they signed him, I was kind of like, I don't know how you play all three of them together at the same time.
Oh, Luka, Kyrie, and Clay.
Because that's a lot of mid to not very good defense.
Oh yeah,
Trusting and Lively.
You
Lucas stepped
expecting
it
to
up
outshoot
last
him
year,
on
though.
offense. I'm assuming.
Luka did what?
Lucas' defense got
Luka
a little
did what?
better. His defense got better.
We saw him in the
fuck he
playoffs play
didn't?
defense.
Hey, it
That was
got
his
better.
send off.
That's what I'm saying. It got better in the playoffs.
Lucas said, "Fuck
it did
this.
not.
Y'all see this?
He got-
Fuck this. I'm done."
I watched the ball. So it went from him like actually getting down to put his hands up instead of him just standing there
And letting them go past
Yeah,
him?
and somebody blowing past him.
And
Like
I
he was
watched
doing
the
during the
finals,
regular
bro.
season.
That was exactly what he was doing.
Hey, man, he was trying.
No,
No, he
No.
wasn't.
No.
Hey,
Mm-mm.
man, y'all can't put my guy out there.
Mm-mm.
I actually have pretty much the same teams except for I got the Wolves up there
Okay.
still.
So even with the trade, you still
Even
got
with the
faith.
trade, because I still feel like they still picked up two dogs, especially defensively. And Timberwolves' identity is more so heavy
Defense.
defense, athleticism.
Yeah.
They still have that with that trade. Now they have a little bit more, I guess, mobility, so to speak. But you also have DiVincenzo that brings extra shooting. Randall can still shoot too, maybe not at the same clip as Cat, but Randall can still. He's
Definitely
still a
not.
bucket.
No, maybe on that one.
He's going to shoot.
But I do like.
He's going to shoot.
He's not the shooter that Cat was, but I do think that he does a better job of creating his own shot.
I was like, he's
Yeah,
a
he can
bucket.
That is fair.
At the
He
end
can
of the day,
definitely
he's
do that.
still a bucket
And
that
like
you
they
go.
Less
didn't-
efficient.
Yeah,
But
they
he
didn't
gonna
have
put him
a
up.
number 2 option. Like I don't know how to word it because I don't want to like slight Cat, but it just feels like they have a second option for like actually running their offense through.
Mhm.
Like, yes, they have Mike Conley still, but like that's more of like a caretaker point guard at this point in his
Yeah, he
career.
is.
But like they actually have somebody else that can create a shot. And like watching the Bucks the last couple of years, like it's very important to have other people that can
Create their own
that can
shot.
create their own shots besides like the main guy.
Yeah. And the Dante pickup, I had to pull up their depth chart just to make sure I had this right. But like they needed Dante because when you look at the wing depth on the Wolves,
Mhm.
Jaden McDaniels, Joe Ingles,
Joe Ingles.
Nikhil Alexander Walker.
Who I like.
Yeah.
Good defensively.
And then you have like
athletic.
Rob Dillingham, who's a rookie. You don't want to
Mhm.
put too much on his plate. Yeah. So having Dante be able to come in, he
Do
can
his
play
thing.
backup point guard, not in the sense of like he's gonna get your offense together,
Yeah.
but you can put him
You can
out
put him
there
there.
next to Ant. Like you can do a lot more things with Dante there. So
Mhm.
I feel you.
And he
on
can
that.
help facilitate too, like
Yeah.
if he needs to, because he's done that.
Because I wasn't here last week, I think that I had a hard time with the trade because I'm like, I don't know if this necessarily makes either of the teams better, but I do think it makes both rosters make a lot more sense.
I think that's fair. Yeah, I think that's fair. Especially given the financial constraints for the Wolves and then being able to have a little bit more flexibility with Randall there. And again,
They're still looking for an owner, right?
they are still
they're
feuding over
okay.
who the ownership should be.
Okay.
It either started the 30th of this week of September or the 30th of October, but they're headed towards arbitration sometime this fall.
Well, hopefully they get a resolution soon.
They won't. It's gonna be like arbitration is the first step, and they're gonna be lawsuit. So
Let's head to that next tier, the playoff teams. Them teams that you were like, hey, they serious comp. Not seen as good as that contending tier, but like, listen, they can make some noise.
solidly in the top 6.
Yep.
Well, I'll go. Timberwolves, Suns, Kings, and the Grizzlies for me.
Same.
I have the Pelicans, Suns, Kings, Grizzlies.
Okay.
I have Pelicans, Nuggets, Mavs, Wolves.
Now, I know you don't have the Suns here, so you're putting them more in that playing contending.
Really, I
tier.
just wanted to keep it to like the top 6 being the top 6. So like the Suns are
Borderline.
roughly in that same tier, but then I would have put everybody else there because I feel like the Suns are on the same level as, well, maybe not everybody, but the same level as like the Lakers and the Kings.
I feel like you got them in the same tier.
Yeah, that's for me. Like mine is in the clean 6 if you add up the contending tier and the playoff team tier, because I think it's going to be another year where it's going to be between 44, 47 wins. It's going to be a bunch of teams kind of grouped
for sure
in there. And for the Suns, I think the Suns are going to have a really good season this upcoming year. Call me a Mike Budenholzer truther if you want to, but one thing that Bud is going to do, he's going to come in, he's going to set a culture, he's going to install his system, and you should have some regular season success with Mike Budenholzer there at the helm. I love the fact they finally got a point guard. That helps a lot. It helps a lot. I love how Bud came in like, nah, y'all need a point guard. This ain't gonna keep working. We need someone to set y'all up. So like, I love that for them. Didn't they got Ryan Dunn in the draft, didn't they? Gosh, I think he's gonna have a big season for them as a defensive stopper.
If he can shoot even a little bit like that,
It changes the ceiling for him. I think another season with KD and Beal and Book should do them well. So
Grayson Allen,
who put on 30 pounds of muscle?
Who did?
Grayson Allen.
Damn, the fuck you gain 30 pounds in a year?
That's what he said he did this summer. He said he put on 30 pounds of muscle.
Damn.
You can when you saw him at the presser, he did look a little cock diesel. He was walking in with his arms up like, no, I'm joking about the arm part, but
I was like, damn.
He definitely put on some weight. He said that he feels like being stronger and bigger will help him stay healthier, being in the weight room, and also it help him be more solid and play some better defense as well. See?
I don't know. His arms are like
he said
he's like, I don't believe
he fake flexing in this picture.
I don't believe that shit.
But let's see. Let me ask any other teams here. Pelicans, Tim and Eric, y'all both got the Pelicans in this particular tier. Tim, what about the Pelicans for you that makes you be like, they gonna be?
I like the addition of Murray a lot. Like, speaking of floor setters, speaking of somebody to be able to, set your team up, but also at the same time he plays defense and he can get a bucket on his own, but he's also a willing passer. Like Murray for the Pelicans now have Murray to Zion lobs, or you have Murray to Ingram, or you have Murray to McCollum. Like you have other options like that. 4 of them cats, like them 4 is nice. I like that. And I feel like their team, and then you still got Alvarado, you still got Herb Jones, and so like
Trey Murphy, although he hurt to start the season, but still.
they have a nice mix now of vets and younger cats and athleticism, shooting, and now with, like I said, with the addition of Murray, they have a legit table setter now too. But also, if he needs to, he'll go get his own bucket. That I think that he's going to help them be better.
And Murray is somebody who said, like, yeah, I know my defense kind of slacked when I was in Atlanta, but I'm looking forward to getting back to that, because he walked into a situation in New Orleans where he's like, I know this is the team that prides themselves on being top 10 defense, so I know I got to come and bring it.
A lot of cats that play defense.
They don't have Najee Marshall. They don't have Dyson no more either, which, but defense. So I can see them really counting on DeJounte Murray and Herb Jones to be like, listen, y'all gonna be our defensive duo core. So
like the only thing that stopped me from putting the Pelicans in the group above that is that they still don't have a big man rotation to speak of. Like Zion can't play the 5. I mean, he can't.
They gonna do it this year.
Have to, but like they need to. They're kind of like the Knicks before they just made the trades. Like their roster doesn't feel quite complete because they don't have a starting center at this point. Offseason, which is like, again, kind of knocked it down a peg, but that's a super talented team.
It is.
And like I think that we underrate Zion still. And like he seems to have finally taken his conditioning seriously
for the first time in his NBA career.
And he had a very quiet summer, which is great considering the last 2 or 3 years that he's had.
Sure.
That chick was on Twitter telling it all.
Which I'm still not 100% sure they ever met, but that's beside the point. Again, like it's just the Ingram piece of it, which I think that if there is a move to be made, is Ingram for a center. I just don't know who that center will be at this point.
No, I definitely feel y'all on that one. I think the Pelicans can be really good this year as well. I have them in that play-in contention tier, along with the Clippers, the Rockets, the Lakers, the Spurs, and the Warriors. And let me say, I really struggled on where to put the Warriors. I low-key wanted to put them at bottom of the conference, but out of respect for Steph Curry, I put them in the play-in race. But I was close. I had him down there for a while, and I was like, nah, on the strength of Steph Curry, I'm going to move him back on up. But who else is in y'all play-in tiers?
That was literally the same argument that I made for the Warriors, which is that I wanted to put them down lower, but
it's hard to do that with
Steph.
I feel that way about the Warriors, and I feel that way about the Clippers with Kawhi.
You trust Kawhi, Nee?
The Clippers are weird for me because I don't think that they'll really. Fuck it, I'll say it. I don't think that they'll really miss Paul George all that much. I think
Harden year, it's my time.
Harden says it's gonna be a lot of me this year,
which honestly might not be necessarily a bad thing. Like Harden is more of a system player, which he needs things going through him. So like having too many options around kind of like dilutes his effectiveness. And maybe it is just like he's getting older, but I do think that having the ball in his hands a lot more will help. And like Kawhi is just going to play Kawhi ball regardless. So he can kind of just plug and play. But I think that having the offense more geared towards what James Harden does well will benefit them in the aggregate.
Now, Ken, what is your playing contention tier?
I have the Rockets, Pelicans, Clippers, Warriors, and my Lakers.
Tim?
Lakers, Warriors, Rockets, Spurs, Clippers.
Now, Tim, me and you are the only two with the Spurs in the play-in contention tier. Eric and Ken have them at that bottom of the conference tier. And I think for the Spurs, expecting a leap from Wemby, and pairing him with Chris Paul.
Chris Paul effect.
Who, I mean, he said part of why he picked the Spurs is because he knew he had a chance to really play. And he's with a lot of opportunity to play. I don't know if I would pencil the Spurs in as a team that will be a play-in team,
Mhm.
but they're definitely going to be a team where it's like that's the ceiling for them, and they're going to really be trying to get to it.
And that floor is definitely each team he's went to. Chris Paul, the floor is
raised a bit, and I
So-
wonder if he'll still be able to do that at this age. But I'm giving the benefit of the doubt because of Wemby more so than because of Chris Paul.
Mhm.
I think Wemby gonna be a monster. I think that the teams around him is still not
Good enough.
Yeah.
enough. And I don't think that they should be trying to rush it. Like, I get that he wants to win, but you're 20, bro. Like, take a beat. Because, like, if y'all can get Cooper Flag, like, or one of the guys in the top 5, like, honestly, the top 5 in this draft is set to be loaded. Like, that can only benefit you going forward. Like, you know, getting the 35 wins or whatever it's going to take this year shouldn't be a priority. It should still be, let's build slow.
Mhm.
But yeah, I also don't think that they have the talent really. Like, they brought in vets, which I think should help with like his development. But
I think it helps with their floor of them not being bottom of the conference, which is why I think they're going to be in the race for the
yeah,
play-in
I think
throughout
they'll be
the
better
year.
than the Blazers and the Jazz. But I just don't think
Mhm.
they'll be better than any of the other teams that are actually trying to win and have the rosters to be able to do so.
Depending on how things go with the Warriors, that could be one that they jump.
Again,
If-
like, that's the only.
Depending on how things go with the Clippers, that could be one they jump. Because I don't know how much I trust Kawhi's health at this point. Bottom of the conference. Cam, why don't you kick us off?
Oh my god, I have the Jazz, Blazers, and the Spurs. When me, it was the Spurs and Warriors. Like, they were the team, but I was going to either flip flop, and I ended up going with the Warriors.
The Steph Curry effect.
Yeah, Steph Curry effect for the play-in.
I just had the Blazers and the Jazz, which is a common denominator in everyone's bottom of the conference. The debate there is with Spurs, which we just kind of had there. But next week we'll be doing this exact same thing for the Eastern Conference.
East.
Now I'm gonna tell y'all right now, maybe I'm too high on the Pistons.
Oh, you starting to.
because they just smoked Bucks B team.
Before I saw that, I was just kind of like, the roster makes a lot more sense now.
Oh,
He said, "Come with me." I ain't jumping out the window now. They still on that play.
I ain't jump out. I just said that I think that they will probably be around like a play-in team. Like their record be closer to making them fight for a play-in this year.
This year, the Pistons will win the most games that they have since the 2018-2019 season when they won 41 games and they went to the playoffs.
What's the next highest?
So you got to win the what now?
They only need to win 24 to make that true, y'all.
They can do that.
They can do that.
Was that 40? Whatever you just said.
41 and 41. That's when they were the 8th seed and got smacked by the Bucks.
Yeah, that was the Blake Griffin year.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, killed his knee to win 41 games.
That's when he started shooting threes and shit.
Yeah,
he was balling that year.
He gave his all for that Pistons team,
Until
and
he gave up.
then his body gave out, and he was never the same thereafter. But some quick hits before we wrap up and get out of here.
There also might be a game next week.
What?
For
Oh, yeah. It's almost that time of the year, y'all. Who he play for?
I ain't gonna tell you when it is, but it's coming up in the next couple weeks while we doing pregame shit.
Right.
They ain't gonna help you if you did.
Be prepared.
If you did, so man, we're
Yeah,
gonna
better go on TK, start looking at them rosters.
Right. NBA insider Sham Charania. He's leaving the Athletic. He's leaving behind the stadium. He's going to ESPN. He's taking Woj's job as the NBA senior newsbreaker. Not a surprise. Not a surprise at all. Shout out to Shams. I did have to unfollow. I was like still getting Woj notifications. I don't care about this no more. I don't need my phone buzzing for you talking about. I don't care about it. I don't care nothing about that. Shout out to Shams with ESPN.
I don't care nothing about that.
Do you?
No.
Like, we followed you for one reason.
I wonder if his followers dropped like that.
It probably did.
I would imagine.
I still follow. Do I need to still follow Woj at this point? I
No.
probably
Not
don't.
really, no.
Thank you for saying that.
I don't follow them on Instagram, which I don't know why I was doing that in the first place.
That kind of
It popped up. I'm like,
Like, why am I following this?
I'm taking pics and shit on the beach and shit.
The Las Vegas Aces, the 3-peat bid, it ended.
Yeah.
we had a good run.
It was a great run. The Liberty put the Timbs at mid-court, which made me laugh heartily. They put it right on the Aces logo. They said,
You just gotta take the L.
Yeah.
and you can do about that one. Again, that was the thing I was worried about. I'm like, the Liberty have been rolling, and I give the Aces the benefit of the doubt because of Asia Wilson. But man, the Liberty is a team that has
Yeah.
gelled after an off season of, okay, this how we gonna do this. Okay, we got our little super team. We figuring things out. Here we go.
And I also like it came back up on the timeline this week, but I forgot that Kelsey Plum kind of threw shade to them after winning the title last year.
Yep.
So yeah, they definitely came back motivated.
Mm-hmm. And then they will play. Liberty in the WNBA finals will play the winner of the Lynx and the Sun series, which is having game 5 right now as we talk.
Come on, Connecticut.
That ain't gonna happen, brother. The Lynx is up at the end of the third quarter, 65-48.
Oh shit!
Thank you.
I was telling you, the Lynx is here. The business. Liberty Lynx is what it's looking like for the WNBA finals. It should be a great series. And if I had to put money on one of them teams, it's hard to bet against New York.
Yeah, it's hard to go against somebody.
The Lynx haven't been to the finals since 2017 when they beat the Sparks to win the title.
Oh yeah, damn.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yep.
Sparks ain't been good forever.
For a while now.
Hey, bro. All right, now. It's been a lot of disrespect coming.
Hey, listen, but y'all got Rakia Jackson. She cold.
She cold.
When
And
Cam
then
Brinkley
when
get
Cam-
healthy,
yeah.
y'all gonna have another top pick this upcoming year.
Yeah.
If y'all end up with Paige, I don't know.
Dog, do you know we get Paige forever? It's a wrap. You can't tell me shit.
Woo. And then what? Juju, she what? 2 years out.
2 years.
And y'all still got Embry over there too, right?
Huh?
Embry plays for the Sparks too, don't she? Erica?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Henry.
Mhm.
I'm like, oop.
No,
Yeah, that's
dude.
how I know you
Is
said.
it Hambry? Does she play for the Sparks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. She was having a good year.
Yeah, she do play for the Sparks.
They gonna be alright.
Yeah, when y'all get healthy, y'all be all right.
Yeah,
Because
we'll come up-
Rakia alone had me being like, oh, she
Yeah,
a
she
hooper
was
hooper.
cooking.
She a hooper hooper.
But I was saying, I don't know if I caught it, but like Juju got paid again from Nike.
Yeah, from Nike. Yeah,
One of the richest
Get it.
endorsements
Get
I
that
saw.
money.
Like,
I've been watching her since high school. She called.
there was I think it was on Amazon Prime. They had like a little docu-series that was following college athletes, and Juju was one of them.
Yeah,
It was really interesting.
Yeah, she
I have to
been
find the name of it. It was really interesting. Bradley Beal, he claimed that he was nearly traded to the Bucks for Chris Middleton last summer
Yeah.
before ultimately being traded to the Phoenix Suns.
get the podcast interest.
Just tell it all.
I was saying it when we were coming in. We're in the loose lips era of
Loose lips.
of sports because like these dudes get on podcasts and start pillow talking like a motherfucker.
If
Like,
any of y'all want to pillow talk on Tech Foul,
Feel free.
feel free.
it's
Feel
open
free.
mic,
Come
for
pull a
sure.
talk.
Would y'all have rather the Bucks have a big three of Middleton, Dame, Giannis as currently constructed, or would you have rather seen a big three with Giannis, Bradley Beal, and Drew Holiday?
Bill needs the ball too much, right?
So,
Bill
like,
need, yeah.
the reason I asked this question, right? So like,
Mm-mm.
given, I mean, like, not that Bradley Beal's been the paragon of health.
He has
He's
not.
so-
No.
But he's younger than Chris. He's more
2
athletic
years.
than Chris.
Yeah.
So?
Shoots a better three. Well,
Huh?
shooting is comparable. And like Bradley Beal wasn't in a good situation last year with the Suns. Like I don't think that we can take like last year's
Mhm.
performance like in that situation.
What about Washington?
He got buckets in Washington though.
The last 2 years?
He still got buckets.
It was
a little shaky. I mean, Washington was really bad.
That's what I'm saying. Like he had.
And all the
He
defenses
has a
was
great
focused
fight.
on Beal to give him the benefit of the doubt. But let me be clear. I'm with you. People have been talking about a Beal for Middleton trade for years.
But also, like, I think that part of it is that the Bucks shifted too far offensively with Dame. Like, that could be the argument. Like, it makes more sense as far as like roles and like keeping the offense defense balanced.
You can,
more.
yeah, that's an argument.
Because like you still have Drew who can do everything on defense.
I would still
and you have-
overload on the offense there. Like I just think, again, it was a down year for Dame last year. We all get it. He's talked about it, and I believe in Dame still, and I believe he's going to have a better year. And the idea of pairing Giannis and Dame, which just top end talent of between those two big threes, the top end talent in this current iteration is still the highest one. Dame and Giannis is more talented than Dame and Beal. And then when you look at that third option, the defense for Drew definitely helps. But an advantage of Middleton over Beal that I've always said when people were talking about trading him before is the size. Like that's a 6'4" guard with Beal and a 6'8" forward with Middleton. Like I just like the
Middleton 6'8".
yes.
I ain't know so.
pretty sure only
6'7",
one of them
6'8".
two shot 50, 40, 90.
Yeah, but that was Middleton. So like, yeah, I'm cool.
Nah, I'm cool on that.
I'm cool on Bradley.
I mean,
and
I
on
knew
top
where-
of
I
that
knew where
too.
you were gonna land.
On top of that too, Bradley Beal is getting paid more
Yeah.
than middle. Like he's getting a bag, like 55 mil bag, like big bag, no trade clause bag. Don't want that. Don't need that.
I like how did y'all watch the clip though?
I did.
I like how he was talking. Like he was like, it was Miami or nothing. Miami was quiet. He's like, he kept asking about what's up, Miami? They're like, he ain't call us back. So it's like, nigga, that should tell you something.
Your answer is right there. It's right there.
Y'all still ain't heard from him?
We don't want that nigga.
Acting like he could be choosy.
And y'all want Bill?
Right.
Like, come on now.
So, yeah. And then last but not least, the Las Vegas Raiders, they're in talks with several teams about a potential trade for Devontae Adams.
Free that man. Till he free.
The Raiders are asking for a second-round pick and some additional compensation. The Jets, the Saints, and the Steelers are among the teams who remain interested in acquiring Devontae.
They said the Jets is kind of out now.
Go to Pittsburgh.
Last I heard, I thought the Jets were still like, no, we know we fired our coach, but like, we still talking.
Speaking of spinning the block, that man only knows 2 quarterbacks.
The ones that he played with, his NFL quarterback and his college room quarterback. He wanted to play with one of them.
I'll give you, as of 19 minutes ago, Adam Schefter said, I think the events in New York and the events in New Orleans may have slowed down talks with those 2 teams, and we'll see if and when they can pick up steam. And the Jets said they're going through a head coaching change. New Orleans has an injured quarterback, and we'll see how that impacts.
Go to Pittsburgh, fam.
Yeah.
Who's going to throw him the ball?
Go to Pittsburgh.
Don't do that.
Hey,
don't do that.
We got 2 great black quarterbacks that can throw the ball.
We got 2 black quarterbacks.
We got two quarterbacks that can throw the ball. Hey, they said Russ probably go suit up next week.
What?
Yeah, he clear. He good
For Miami.
Oh shit!
Listen,
I ain't doing my mans like that.
Miami need a quarterback bad. They are struggling. I had to bench Waddle, fam, like on my fantasy. I can't even play him. He's unplayable. But the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs are also 2 teams that are monitoring the Adams situation. We know the Chiefs need a receiver.
If he end up in Kansas City,
I will throw something.
That'd be gross.
Because they wouldn't give a fuck about that first.
I hope that the Raiders just don't want to trade within.
I think that's what's happening.
Like, no, we ain't trading within the bit. Like, forget y'all.
So
We ain't
you
doing
can
that.
just cook us?
Absolutely not. But the Ravens, we saw Devontae post his little Edgar Allan Poe picture, which had me going, "Who is this on his?" I was like, who is this? My husband know him, and he was like, Edgar Allan Poe. And I'm like, I'm supposed to know what he looked like. And he's like, do you know who he is? And I'm like, okay, don't insult me now.
Yeah.
I know who Edgar Allan
But why
Poe
did he post it
is.
though?
Quote the Raven Evermore.
Oh, because Ravens. Okay, I was like, wait, what?
See, I got that part.
Yeah.
I didn't know the face. I didn't know the face. The face card declined in my mind. That's the show this week, y'all.
I do have one.
Oh, go ahead.
Shout out to the Brewers. Like, they broke my heart with the loss, but they had a great season.
Hey, y'all can't be bad. They over.
I feel like
they was not even supposed to super overachieve.
No, they were 2 outs away.
They super overachieved.
2 outs away. Then here come Devin just throwing the ball all over the place.
He said he took that. He said it's his fault.
He don't got a choice.
It was.
Hey, my bad, yo. I'll take this.
He said everybody did my job but me. And I read that quote. I said, yeah, everybody did.
Having Freddie Peralta come in to be your setup man for you to go ahead and get 1 out and then.
And that's why, like, people were saying, like, oh, why would you keep? Because, like,
he's the starter.
No. Like, people were complaining that they didn't leave him in for the 9th. It's like the whole point was to get you to the 9th.
Yeah,
to get to one of the best closers, if not the best closer in it, Major League Baseball
during the regular season. Clearly not in the postseason. Them postseason numbers are atrocious.
All I'm saying is, like, they did what they were supposed to do. They got the ball to the guy they wanted to have the ball.
Yeah,
and he lost it.
They had me looking like a liar on the phone with my mom. My mom don't even watch baseball.
Season talking about they not good. They gonna lose it in the.
Fuck them niggas.
Okay, first of all, I have never said F them niggas when it comes to the Brewers, because I only watch baseball in the playoffs for the Brewers. Once they got out, I said, well, that's over. Like, I have nothing else to watch. It's the way they lost, which Brewer fans will say it's always heartbreaking. But to be 2 outs away with the champagne in the clubhouse,
they had to roll them bitches.
They rolled that mug up. I said, Lord,
no champagne for you.
That was the first baseball game my mom has watched. I'm on the phone with her explaining how it works, explaining how to read the stuff. She's like, okay, we're at the top of the 7th. Okay, we're going to the she's understand. We're having a great time on the phone. She see her they company seat. My mom's company seats are right next to what's her name? home plate Amy.
I don't know that.
The chick who be right in the front. My mom's company seats are right next to him. Which she told me I won them tickets to a game before, but gave them back. I said,
Those are when you be looking at your parents like, why? Why you
literally
why?
front row, like in the camera.
I'm in
Why didn't you call me at all?
I'm in there.
So she
You can't be. She came back.
we watching the game. She all excited. She like, oh, we might do it. I'm like, okay. So then they took out Peralta. I'm like, okay, they bringing in their best pitcher. This and that. We good. Had me looking like a liar.
He
She
came
was like,
in
here
there,
she goes. Pretty hair was doing better than him.
Pretty hair.
And Peralta's hair was laid during that game. It was flowing out the back. I see why she went that way, but nah, man. The Brewers didn't have a good season.
I heard.
They're probably going to have a cheap off season, and then it's going to be the same cycle of.
I do wish that people would stop acting like Wisconsin sports just has like outsized like heartbreaks in the playoffs. Like every state could probably do that, where it's like they have a run of years where like because only one team can win.
Yep.
So like more than likely you're gonna lose in the playoffs and it's gonna suck and it's gonna feel bad.
Yeah.
At least our team's being in playoff contention every year.
Exactly.
That's
That was
one way to
Good
look
problem to have.
I was explaining to somebody. I was like, if you take the Brewers, the Bucks, and the Packers, are like Wisconsin sports teams. I'm like, hell, even if you talk about the Badgers, like and Marquette, they have their runs too. The only one you can't say nothing about is UWM. I mean, they had a pretty decent season
this past year, which was like their first and
Yeah, I would say the last 2
years.
seasons, they had pretty decent seasons.
they embarrassed us 2 years ago. Last year was
That's
cool,
what- like last year and then this past season.
but 2 years ago I was like, y'all niggas got here to do what? Play with your food.
I hear you. It's just like the winning percentage though is crazy amongst all of those teams. So like we have honestly started becoming spoiled because our teams used to suck ass for a long time outside of the Packers.
Yeah.
And the Admirals. And now like all of our major teams are actually pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
They gotta slide that mid in there somewhere.
They just do it in the playoffs.
Which is the unfortunate time to slide that in there, but yeah, y'all, that's the show for this week. We hope y'all enjoyed. As a reminder, again, please follow us on our various social media platforms. Technical File on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Technical File Podcast on YouTube and Facebook. And if you want to follow me on my personal social media, you can catch me
Wait a minute.
on the Twitter, the Instagram, and these PSN 2K streets at Camille Monet, CamilleMonae.
Damn, I just said that in Illinois is not in that situation that Wisconsin's in. They don't make the playoffs. At Bucks Burner on Twitter.
That's all you get.
That's all you get.
Everyday _ gentleman on Instagram, K Harris 16 on Twitter and Snapchat.
Stinky. And it's your boy TIMKINZ, the number 3, aka Ass Ketchum, aka Mr. Give It To Me. Got a lot of energy out of it. It was a good week.
All right.
All right.
We'll see y'all next week.
Why you out of breath?
Exactly.
tired.
Like, come on, man. This nigga.
You over here sound like Shannon Sharp.
There's a little twiggy coming out. Oh, cream cheese and shit. That motherfucker there. He sound like the horse he looked like.
He did look
Wow.
like the mascot of the Broncos.
That's wild. Y'all are mean.
Definitely the goal. Look like the
I'm with it. We out here.
We gotta be in the video. Hey, that'd be lit though.
These
dude.
mics still live, ain't they?
Hell yeah.
Hey, let's get this video, bro.
Hey, Shaolin, let's get that music video,
Let's figure it
fam.
out, fam. Let's figure it out.
You get every day to produce it, fam.
Hell yeah, we out here.
No.
I just be in the background. Take that. Take that.
What you want to say right now?
This nigga. All right, man.